Mosiah. Hey, congratulations for your series, Last Bodega in Brooklyn.
Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that.
Now you're at Austin Film Festival, and how does it feel to showcase your series at that prestigious film festival this year?
You know, it's honestly, I'm mostly grateful and blown away by being accepted here, and very humble to be here. This is a fantastic film festival, and it's a to me it's like it's like a director's festival where you want to be here because of the level of talent that's coming all over the world. So I'm just honestly above all grateful and honored to be even accepted.
I guess it's more importantly, it's also a physical film festival. That means a live audience that will be watching it.
Yeah, which I mean, you know, last year we couldn't even get that. So being able to be back, being able for this festival to be hybrid, I think is also a big deal, because not only do you have a lot of people who are actually here right now, but you got people all over the world who are able to see online. And I think in some ways that allows for an expansion to happen for the festival.
That is terrific to hear. Now, let's talk about your series. What actually, sparked the idea for you to, create this series?
So my family is from Brooklyn, and I'm born and raised in Florida. I live in Brooklyn now. And coming to Brooklyn every single year since I was born, I've seen the neighborhood from the late 80s to the 90s. And I remember very visibly how Crown Heights and Bed-Stuy was, where my family lives. And I remember when gentrification started to take place. And I remember feeling a little dizzy from the experience of having all these kind of essentially changes that felt like it was for the better, right? Because now we're seeing like a new grocery store, a new coffee store. So I'm like, oh, this is phenomenal. But as I'm getting older and the course of gentrification is only getting higher, I'm seeing ultimately that my family and the people of the community are getting pushed out through a social economical way. So I was like, do I want to tell a documentary? Do I want to do a movie? Do I want to do a series? And a series felt right to me because my past is two projects former were series that I did. So that's how the idea sparked, and that's the format that I created for those reasons.
So what's the plan for this series? How many episodes are you actually planning for this, and how many have you filmed so far?
We already filmed 8 episodes, and we're going to have the first 2 episodes screening at Austin Film Festival.
Wow, excellent. So is 8 the conclusion, or you're basically doing it by hopefully by seasons?
No, I already wrote the second season.
Oh.
So I will definitely film the second season. The only reason I'm not so adamant about getting the second season going right now is because we're in the festival circuit, and that in itself is its own job of talking to people, connecting, networking. So it's like, let me finish this all first, and then I'll get back to developing a second season. And also, we're gonna find a home for the first season before I even make the second season.
Most excellent. Now, I also want to mention that you're not just screening this at the Austin Film Festival. You're also screening at the American Black Film Festival, which is a great film festival. I covered it in the past 2 years myself.
Oh, did you really? Nice.
I did.
Yes.
And there's a lot of good programming out of that film festival too. The reason why I want to mention it is because this is a Afro-Latino story, which is very, how can you say, a different perspective. It was controversial over the summer, due to a all Hispanic film leaving out Afro-Latino voices. But talk about presenting this perspective into the industry.
To your point, yes, the project, that film that came out in the summer, the Afro-Latino, the New York community, and maybe other communities, but those 2 specifically were outraged. I know this because I'm a New Yorker, I'm a filmmaker, and I was around those discussions when this was taking place and reading articles online. And there's something sometimes that you feel very true within yourself that needs to happen. And when another thing much bigger, that movie, huge movie, studio film drops, and that kind of outrage comes out, it almost solidifies that the inner feeling that you had to voice Afro-Latinos is so clear, because Afro-Latinos are saying, why aren't you repping me here? And it's like, hey guys, don't worry. I'm repping you over here. I got you. Don't worry.
That is terrific, because this is in a very important point, because all members of a diverse community should actually be represented. And this is
I agree. Fully.
And this is something very New York in its own way, especially this series. Now, tell us about the bodega that you actually use on here for filming. This stands to be in Brooklyn too, or no?
No, so this was actually in Queens, not too far from where I used to live. And funny enough, the bodega that we had closed and went out of business 2 weeks before production.
Oh no.
So I scattered. I literally just knocked on everyone's door. I was like, hey, because everyone was ready. My crew was ready, my cast was ready, right? So I'm not gonna let a location completely derail us, especially with the amount of bodegas in New York. So I was very fortunate to use this bodega and to use this spot, and we actually turned it into a bodega. It's basically a store with a lot of miscellaneous items. Like, it doesn't necessarily have one particular thing. It's not like a dollar spot. It doesn't sell only cell phone cases. It just has this mesh of a collection of things. And so they were very nice, and we were able to turn it into a bodega to give it that look.
Yeah, I think I noticed that. I was like, I kept on staring at the CDs or DVDs in the background. I was like, are there stores that actually still has that?
Thank you. It's like, who is selling CDs and DVDs? But that's what I'm saying. Like, the store is so eclectic on its own. It almost, to me, it actually gives a value that you're like, what type of bodega is this? Do you know what I mean? Without us having to do major set design.
That is great, and I'm going to go ahead and assume you filmed it after store closing hours, so that all this is a nighttime shoot. So was that challenging?
All evening shoots. The guys were super nice. We were only able to go in there 4 hours on a Sunday. So I'm so grateful with my cast and crew, who are phenomenal and really make the project extremely special. I've worked with these people for years. And we went in there and we filmed 2 episodes every Sunday within a 4-hour time frame. And that is completely because the cast members, who are extremely professional, extremely talented, and the crew, who's also extremely professional and talented, was able to kill it. Because that's not really any real amount of time to try to film everything that you need. But because they were so prepared, we were able to get it done.
Now, primarily, there are three primary characters for your series. It's Q, Noel, and your incoming competitor. Could you talk about them, the importance of those 3 characters in the series? And you play Q. Yes.
So Q and Noel are siblings, and they run their parents' bodega, particularly at nighttime. And the bodega, in a sense, is legacy to them. This is a spot that they always have a job that one of them can take, both of them can take over. But Q and Noel are like any siblings. They fight. And they fight because they have different interests that pulls them in that are completely contrary. Q sees himself as the next Diddy. He wants to be managing. He wants to be doing the music videos. He wants to be in the light. Where Noel is really focused on her consciousness, her roots, her community, her sense of spirituality, and really trying to find energy that meshes well with her and that could be serving the bodega. Now, when it comes to El Negro is focused on taking what is yours. And he wants to expand his empire with really kind of with no emotional draw to it. It's like, I want to destroy what is yours and expand what is mine. And I will do it at whatever cost it may be to you. And I don't care your backstory. And I don't care that you're from there.
That is great.
El Negro is almost representative. The symbolism with El Negro is almost a symbolism of corporate of a corporate structure, which is a corporate is not so a corporate company or a major real estate company is not focused on the families and people that live there. They're focused on money, which is exactly what El Negro is focused on.
That is true. That is true. So tell us about acting alongside Tony, who plays Noel in the series. You guys must have great interaction because she keeps on speaking Spanish, and I feel like there's plenty of improv through these series.
It's so funny that you say that. Tony is a phenomenal actress and truly is a rising star. I've been blessed because I went to school with Tony, and Tony and I have been acting together for years. I wrote that role specifically for her because I know that she burns so bright. And working with Tony, it's pure joy. She's a beautiful soul, a beautiful being, and stepping on set with her, you gotta bring your A game. You gotta, because it's gonna show otherwise.
And of course, what about Jeffrey, who plays El Negro there in the series?
Jeff and I have known each other also for some time, and I've wanted to work with Jeff for quite some time. Jeff is a magnificent actor. He's actually getting ready for an off-Broadway production off a Lanford Wilson play, which is coming up in a couple months. And Jeffrey is just enormously talented. So I had talked to Jeff about the role as well. And I said, Jeff, I really see you in this. He is the complete opposite of that character, which is why I knew he would crush it the way that he did.
Now, I do have to ask about your character Q, because he's like an aspiring hip hop star. Did you have to sing through the series?
Did I have to sing?
Did you?
I did not have to sing. But there was some rapping involved, but you'll have to catch it in later episodes. I don't rap, but there's another character that I manage called Stanley Rubix, who is one of Q's rappers, who does rap in the series.
That is terrific. That is terrific. I viewed the first episode, and I believe it's hilarious. It's funny, and it's delightful. It's just something about like the characters you have to love, and I can't wait to see more. So for us audiences, audiences get to check it out at Austin Film Festival. Next month at the American Black Film Festival. Is there also more down the road that more chances to see it?
Yeah, we will also be screening in Cannes, so we're waiting to receive when we'll get the dates for that. And then next year we'll also have some festivals as well. We haven't gotten confirmation dates yet, but those are right now. The main focus is Austin Film Festival, and like you said, the American Black Film Festival, which happens next month.
That is great. Hey, Mosiah, hey, thank you for carrying this conversation with us. And hey, enjoy your festivals. And I can't wait to speak to you again about this and other projects.
Most definitely. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Hey, thank you. Next time.
All right. Next time. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.